I just watched HBO'S Velma episode 1 and this shit is awful. So hi, welcome to Under the Rock and let's get to it. We start by going to the school and literally in the first 5 seconds we get the first of many sexual jokes that are just not funny. However, it's a very good metaphor for what this show is going to be. We are then made to watch these teenage cartoon students shower for what lasts like forever. Like, I don't know who this show was meant to be, but is this supposed to attract those like 15, 16-year-old boys? All this was done because the show writers thought it'd be a smart idea to get the characters to talk about how every good show needs some sexualization. But come on guys, these are teenage girls you're representing here. And just because you are self-aware does not mean that you are smart. Please remember this. Then we get a good old classic cat fight, and at this point I really thought I clicked a dodgy link in the description. Then, because they disagree, Daphne really tries to commit murder. Like, full on, she just tries to drown that bitch. Like, look at her. They made Daphne into a total psychopath. She is loving every second that girl can't get breath. She should be arrested straight after this if I was one of her friends or one of the girls in that room. It makes no sense. And then we get attempted murder number 2. Look at the way she swiped her. There is so much force and whip on that shot that I'm surprised she didn't die right there and then. You'd think that this was a professional hockey player, but no, it turns out to be our loving, weak, nerdy Velma. But I guess making her woke also made her super strong, as all females should be. We then get a payoff of all that shower talk the girls have in this.
See, now if this was a show, it'd be super hot if you two kissed.
Laugh guys, get it? It's funny because this is a show and they want to kiss. It's so funny. And then a dead body falls out of Velma's locker and we have our mystery. Ooh. We are then taken to the police station where Velma has a schizophrenic attack as she imagines a monster because she tries to work out who killed the girl. We then also meet Daphne's parents, who are 2 lesbian detectives, and they believe that Velma killed her. Which makes sense. I mean, she tried to kill Daphne, you know, she's been shown to be very aggressive, you know, you can't blame them. Like, but obviously Velma claims that it was not her, even though she does admit she would want to kill those girls. I thought she was meant to be smart, but, you know, hey ho. They talk about how Velma and Daphne used to be the best of friends, but then Velma says that Daphne started being a bitch after she turned hot. So I guess they are just as bad as each other. We also find out that Velma's mum has disappeared and the detectives have not been able to find her for about 20 years. Then, despite them pulling their guns on her earlier, they tell Velma that she has to find the person who killed the girl. Like, why does she have to do their job for them? And they say that if she finds them, then she won't go to prison. But if she doesn't, then she has one day and she'll go to prison. It just makes no sense. Like, this show is clearly not for kids because of all the nudity and all the jokes. But then it's so stupid that only kids would not realise how stupid it is. And then they just let her go. She's the #1 witness in their case and they just let her go. Yep. Makes sense. We then meet Fred, who in this show is a total narcissistic, toxic white boy, you know, the classic. And then Daphne for some reason tries to get it on with him in the middle of the road, but he says no, and obviously this is such a big problem for her. Just imagine this was the other way around and a man was so upset that the girl said no. It wouldn't be right, would it? Exactly. We then meet Velma's dad, who is a lawyer, but they are still very poor, so he's not a very good lawyer then, is he? He tells her how he believes that everyone thinks that she did the murder because she is so weird. Again, I don't know if you could really trust his opinion on the matter, because he's clearly not a good lawyer, but, you know, she takes that to heart. We also find out that he found a new girlfriend in the local restaurant and, you know, she's now Velma's stepmom and she doesn't like her. And then they do a full-on OnlyFans photo shoot of her pregnant body with the baby inside her, and I had to watch it, and so do you. What is this? Like, why is this here? Oh my goodness me. We then go to the dead girl's eulogy, but it's taking place in the restaurant because it's funny, I guess. And then all of a sudden, whilst Daphne is speaking, she admits to everyone that Velma is the #1 suspect, even though I'm pretty sure that is a crime. Although, you know, I might be wrong, and she should be arrested probably there and then for exposing, you know, government documents that she stole from her parents. Velma says F this and then leaves the shop even though she was supposed to be working there. And then she bumps into Fred in the back alley where he is crying, and he reveals to her that he has major daddy issues because he wants to be a real man, just like Pinocchio. In return, Velma then goes into a massive backstory of how she used to solve mysteries with her mum. And then one day she found her Christmas presents early and her mum left to get her a new present so that she has something to unwrap, but she never came back. And then from that day on, Velma's been schizophrenic, because whenever she tries to do a mystery, it reminds her of her mum. And then the writers tell us what we should feel.
I not only feel emotionally hooked, I understand the stakes of your journey, Velma.
Thank you for telling me what I should feel instead of actually making me feel those things. Thank you. You did so well. We then meet the Shaggy of this universe, only he is not Shaggy because he is smart. He only wears old Shaggy's clothes, I guess, so that we get some of those member berries. We find out that he's been trying to message her all day because he thinks he knows who killed the girl. He obviously also has a massive crush on Velma, but she doesn't like him that way, because why would she? She's been complaining that no one likes her this whole show, but the one person that actually does like her, she does not like and finds very annoying. He tells her that he made the dead girl go take some pictures in the back rooms of her stepmom's restaurant because apparently she lets some weird stuff go on there. She gets happy that she can put her stepmom in prison whilst solving the murder of herself, and she gets the camera and finds out that it was not her mum. Velma then starts dying on the floor whilst her dad just watches her helplessly, and it takes her stepmom to come and save her. Her dad was fully going to let her die on the floor, thinking she's being dramatic. The dad then tells Velma her mum did not disappear, but in fact she left them, and all the memories that she thinks were good, she was being an actual brat to her, and that's why she left. She then changes outfits and proceeds to go to school the next day, and because of this outfit change now, everyone thinks she is super hot, so everyone starts talking to her, and she loves the attention, but then the popular girls start to attack her before Fred comes in and saves the day and somehow cuts off a guy's foot. Again, we get told that Fred has not taken off his clothes in the whole year of dating Daphne, and this is a big problem for her. Velma's also told that whenever Fred uses the bathroom at the restaurant, he tells everyone to get out, and she suspects that he is now the killer. She takes not Shaggy with her to explore, but leaves him in the car because she claims that she doesn't get the attacks anymore ever since she believes that her mum just left, not because of her. Surprise, surprise, she starts hallucinating again because that's not how trauma works. Someone as smart as Velma should know this. She thinks she's going to die, and the only thing that saves her is that she's on the phone with not Shaggy. He then expresses all his deep emotions for her, and she thinks it's a joke and laughs it off, and this helps her get back into reality. Poor not Shaggy. Fred then catches her in his room, and we find out that his dirty little secret is that he has not hit puberty yet, and that's why he is so embarrassed. He then creepily walks up to her with his hand in his pocket, and the FBI agents come in and shoot him in the legs, obviously thinking that he is the murderer. But of course Fred is not the murderer, as he was just going to write Velma a check to keep this a secret. But I guess the police don't believe him, as he still gets arrested and Velma gets to walk free. But when she gets home, we open up her recycling bin, and inside is another dead body, so Fred couldn't have done it, and now we have this massive mystery on our hands. I don't want to watch another video of this shit show, but if this video gets 100 likes, I will also do episode 2. Please, don't make me do this. Let me know what you thought of this show in the comments.